Hello, everybody. Michael Cruz here, and I want to talk about today the myth of the carrier diversification and how to find that right balance between not having enough carriers and having too many carriers. Um, but I want to say that there's a common myth in the insurance industry that this carrier diversification, that a lot of agencies feel that having as many carriers as possible is going to help them write more business. That this is like the safest way of running an insurance agency. But personally, what I found is that the truth it's having too many carriers is a false sense of securities. There's pros and cons, in both diversification and consolidation of carriers. And yes, having a wide range of carriers means more options for, that you can where you can place your clients and, less reliance on one single company. But I want to tell you about what the problem is with that. The more carriers you have, that means more process to learn, more relationships to manage, more underwriting guidelines to keep up with. Trust me, like I started with about 10 carriers and I've had to scale back, and I'm doing better now than ever before having less carriers. Your staff has to juggle many different quoting systems. One quote for you can take longer because you have to quote too many carriers. They have to understand every, nuance and a specific coverage of each carrier and their appetite. So training people into your agency, it slows you down because it's so many different companies that you have to train. And let's be honest, not every carrier you're appointed with is actually profitable in your agency. It's probably costing you because now every time you quote it once in a while, you have to remember how to do things with that carrier. So in the other hand, going all in with just one carrier, which we know some of the bigger, agencies that are set up that way, has its risk too, right? You're at the mercy of the rate changes or the underwriting shifts that the carrier might have. And we're actually experiencing that right now. Or if they pull out of a market and make a drastic change, you could be stuck. So my strategy, I try to find a middle ground. I'm not saying my strategy is the best strategy, but this is what I try to do. I don't like to play the extremes. My strategy is simple: fewer, stronger carrier relationships. I'm very strategic with my carrier relationships, so I don't spread myself too thin. Then I focus on becoming the master of learning the carrier appetites inside and out. My team and I building deeper relationship with that carrier, with the underwriter, with the marketing manager, things like that. Making it easier to train employees because once you know that carrier, those nuances about that carrier that you're going to teach. Does this carrier inspect every home? How do they like their submissions for commercials? So little things like that. It's easier for you to streamline your process because now you don't have to create 10 different processes for a vehicle change because you have 10 different carriers. So you want to be strategic with your carrier mix. Don't just chase appointments. You want to chase efficiency and profitability. You have to find that balance. In my opinion, right now, where I am, fewer carriers equals less risk, more return on your time and investment. So that's where I am. I hope this is helpful. If you think this video made you think differently about how you structure your agency with your carrier's relationship, I'm going to ask you, please share with a friend who needs to hear this. If you're looking to build a modern agency scalable, I want to encourage you, join my waiting list. This is why I'm doing this newsletters, because I want to share my knowledge, the things that I've learned. I have a modern agency course that I'm building that I think will be very helpful for a lot of agencies. I'll be talking about, how to little things like that, how to, exactly how to structure your care relationships, improve efficiency, scale profitability. So don't miss it out. Join my waiting list, and I hope you find this information helpful. Thank you.